Ladies and gentlemen, dear dancers, dear guests, good evening. My name is Tamás Nagy. I'm the competition director of Budapest Ballet Grand Prix, and it's my pleasure on behalf of the organization committee to welcome you to this competition. And before we get started, just a few words how it all came about. 3 years ago, when we started thinking about hosting an international competition again here in Budapest after so many years of absence, we wanted to create an event that, for dancers like yourselves, to showcase your talent, to be able to get discovered, and to compete in the art form we all love. I'm very proud of the fact that today we are already starting the second Budapest Ballet Grand Prix. And as you know, for tonight and for the next 3 days, we will be here at the at the National Dance Theatre. And for that, I would like to invite our host, the managing director of the theatre, Mr. Péter Ártó.
Thank you very much, Tamás. Ladies and gentlemen, dear dancers, members of the jury, we are so happy you are here. I wish you enjoyed your time in Budapest, enjoyed the time in the National Dance Theatre, and we, all the members of the National Dance Theatre, we are look forward to help for you, to do as you wish. Let us know if you need something, and cross finger and wish you a great competition. Enjoy your staying. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Thank you. And tonight's event is called Meet the Jury. And shortly I will introduce you to our wonderful jury members, one of whom she's still in the taxi running to the theater. So before that, I would like to invite our manager of the artistic team, and she will give you a few words, useful information, and some organizational announcement. Dora Cassie, please come on stage.
Hello, everyone. As I see you, we already met at the registration. Thank you very much for all your efforts, because I can tell you that today we registered everyone. So you deserve a clap, a big clap. So timing is preliminary in the program you received. So please don't forget to be informed always on time. First of all, we have a WhatsApp group where we always send you all the changes, all the informations. And also I would like to grab your attention that there are missing members, missing numbers in the list, which means that always pay attention that some of the numbers has no competitors anymore. They are just cancelled or something, not a lot, but there are. For example, 102 is the first, so 102 is the first in junior. There is no 101. So please pay attention. All the numbers will be at the dressing rooms, will be at the stage doors, so you can just follow easily. So concerning the timing, that's all. And also at the ballet studio, you will have your timing shown. So you can just continue to follow your duties. And also in the auditorium, you know well that here where we are now, this is the auditorium, the main auditorium. Here the tickets are sold for the semifinals and the final. That means that people come in with tickets and they can enter and leave the room in the intermissions. All the competitors and the competitors accompany persons, they can follow the competition free of charge from the first floor. Anytime you can go out and come in, it's easy and comfortable. So, what else I wanted to say to you? We have a chill zone. It's really comfy. You find it at the artists' canteen. Artist Canteen provides you very special rates. Always use your pass in the theater, always. But in the canteen, it's especially very valuable because it's even from their nice prices, it has an extra discount. They have nice menus for breakfast, for lunch, so you don't have to starve. You just visit them and they will help you. Also, there is massage and physiotherapy room. If you have any injuries, then tell us immediately, or if you have any pain. But to prevent that, the massage rooms are at your disposal on the second level. It's room number 231 and 233. There, they have a timetable. It's on their door, so you can sign yourself up by writing your name in the timing, which is, for you, it's convenient. So please use the physiotherapist and enjoy yourself, enjoy the competition, and have very, very nice experience. Thank you very much.
And now I would like to introduce you to our wonderful guests, two of whom you already met, our guest teachers. And please welcome former prima ballerina of La Scala and the Hungarian Dance University's regular guest teacher, Miss Anita Magyari. And also, thank you. And also you met already, I suppose, former principal dancer with the Royal Ballet, Mr. David Macatelli. Thank you so much for being with us, and thank you for your work. You can have their class all through the week, and I'm very pleased to have them here. And now I'm turning towards the jury, because this year again we have a wonderful team here as members of the jury, and I will invite them on stage one by one, and then we have a little discussion here on stage. So first of them, wonderful lady from Japan, who spent her career very far from Japan, here in Europe. Please welcome on stage Aki Saito. Thank you. So just a few words. All of them, they have so many prizes and awards that we would sit here until 5 o'clock in the morning if I want to mention them all. But she's been a principal ballerina in Belgium with the Ballet Flanders, and also guest principal with many companies all around the world. And she's a distinguished, please correct me if I'm wrong, a Knight of Chevalier of the Leopold Order, which is a distinguished grant in Belgium. And thank you very much for being here with us. And a big applause for her. Thank you very much. Have a seat. Thank you. Next one is a gentleman from Italy originally, but he spent most of his career in the UK, in London, with the Royal Ballet. Please welcome Federico Bonelli. So Federico, we know each other for quite some time. He started off in Holland, where I used to dance also. But then he moved on to the Royal Ballet and became the star of the company for many years in beautiful ballets. Fantastic partner, fantastic character on stage. I'm very happy to welcome you here. And of course, he has also many grants and prizes. Both of you Both of you are winners in Lausanne, and this year both of these wonderful people, they were in the jury with Prix de Lausanne, and Federico is currently the artistic director of the Northern Ballet. So please welcome Federico Bonelli. And we have, we just have somebody very special for me personally also, just arrived from the cab. We used to dance a lot together, and I'm extremely happy to welcome her. Please welcome Maya Macatelli. Maya is principal ballerina with the Dutch National Ballet in Amsterdam. She's also a guest principal with many companies all around the world, and a star gala performer all over the world. I'm very happy to have her here, and she's still an active dancer, so she will feel really close to you, and you can feel really close to her. Please give a big... Thank you. Our next jury member is from Poland. Please welcome Krzysztof Pastor. And again, I could go on about his awards and achievements all day. He's an artistic director, he's a choreographer. Over 50 of his ballets I played all over the world, and many awards to his name. He's artistic director in Warsaw of the Polish National Ballet. Thank you very much for being here. And last but definitely not least, the chairman of the jury. Please welcome Mr. Gyura Halangozó. This is the short picture. And about Gyula, he's been a fantastic dancer, dancing in the biggest stages of the world. And after that, he became choreographer and also artistic director with many different companies. He was one of my first directors here at the State Opera House, and afterwards he was also artistic director in Vienna with the Staatsballett and also the Volksoper. He was director of the school there, and again I could just carry on. He's a distinguished artist of the Hungarian Republic, Mr. Gyura Halangozó. So I will sit there then. Thank you. And I prepared a few questions to all of our jury members, but I will ask you straight away to start thinking about, if you haven't done so yet, to start thinking about your questions, what you would like to ask them, okay? Today is, of course, they are sitting on the stage and you are sitting in the audience. From tomorrow it's going to be the other way around. So this is your chance to ask them whatever you feel like asking. Okay, so my questions will be, who shall I start with? Ladies first, of course. Mayachka, you came last, so I will ask you first. Okay, so you are dancing all around the world with different companies and different partners, different stages, different productions, coming from one place to another. Just tell us a little bit how it is possible to stay fit. How is it possible to stay healthy? What is your secret?
Well, it takes a lot of discipline and dedication, and you have to be very strict in sticking to your routines and adapting to the different stages, different productions. What I personally do is I maintain my daily routine and body conditioning, which is absolutely necessary. Also the recovery time, and just training, I think, really being really dedicated to what you do and remind yourself of the passion, the love for the art.
Yeah. She's so dedicated, in fact, that she asked us in advance that during the competition, she's a jury member, but she asked us if we could provide her with a studio every now and then, because she would like to do class and rehearse. So she really means what she says. And the second question is about, you are a mom now, a beautiful child you have, and just how you find the balance between family life and professional life.
Yeah, two of the best worlds together. It's also very strict in a way to discipline and prioritize. And sometimes it's difficult to balance, but with the people around me that are there and helping me, friends and my parents. But at the same time, I try to manage my time with him as much as possible, to be there present for him. So whenever I'm there, I'm really there with him. And that's also sticking to the daily routines and doing things together. And yeah, you will manage. It's possible. Yeah.
And we can see it on Instagram that sometimes
he goes
he's
with
there
me.
with you in the
If
studio.
he has to go with me, he has to go with me. And he knows that as well. And we spend a great time together. Yeah.
It's very nice. Thank you. Thanks very much. Aki,
Thank you.
Turning to you. And of course, many years ago, when you joined Prix de Lausanne and then managed to win, could you just tell us a little bit about those times when you just got started and what it meant for you to be part of that big competition and what it meant to your career to come from Japan to Europe?
I think competition, especially Prix, I'm still thankful to Prix through these days because they gave me opportunity as a dancer and my career got opened there. But I think any competition, I think that's the place where we staff want to help young dancers. I think that's the aim of the competition. And for you, I think it's the place where you get inspiration. I grew up in Japan, small city, and that time there was no social media. So I have seen professional dancers, but I never met students like you, same age dancers. So Prix was the first time I met young dancers, and I was busy to get in the competition like you, to have a perfect technique, polishing your technique, and very competition-minded. But then when I went to Prix, what moved me most was the artistry of dancers. And then that really opened my mind because I think when you go to competition, you think about technique. And technique is important because that defines ballet and dance. But I really wish that you won't forget joy of dance. And I think we are really willing to see who you are. So I hope that's what you're going to show us. Technique is important, but don't forget to dance with heart. And also, this is very unique competition. I really appreciate that the Budapest Ballet Grand Prix gives a 1 week. You get everyday class together from the professional coach, which is very valuable experience for you. And also that's the place you can inspire each other. So I really hope that you enjoy this full week maximum and enjoy yourself.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you. You spoke from my heart because we are also very much we think very much that it is important that in the art world to do a competition, it's not a sport. And it's been said many times, but I think it's very important that it is not a sport, it is an art. And then you can ask, so why a competition is important, or why is it necessary to do competitions? And I'm very happy with what you said, that it is important because it's a place to showcase your art and to see each other and get to know where you are compared to the others. So I think all that is what driving us here at Budapest Ballet Grand Prix. Thank you for that. And the second question is, of course, during your career you danced classical pieces and very contemporary and modern repertoire as well. How was it for you to switch between the two? What were the challenging part of it, and what were the things what you enjoyed about it the most?
The part I enjoyed the most is you can be anything on stage. You actually cannot be judged who you are, because on stage you can be princess, you can be abstract work, you can be animal. And I think that part I really enjoyed, because we can express so many things using by our body. But as he says, it is a very challenging to work with many different choreographers. It helps, one experience will help others, and more you speak another language, definitely it gives you some kind of confidence. Maybe it might be challenging, but if you master that particular language, it gives you satisfaction and it gives you confidence, and that's a really nice part. But of course, you also have to face to the time, oh, this is not really my comfortable field, and it's really challenging, and you would feel scared. But I think it's very important for dancers to have a right mindset. It means flexible and strong. You can see one challenging situation as very negative. Oh, this is not for me, I wouldn't look good, or it's too difficult for me. But then you can also say, okay, maybe I don't succeed this time, but I will learn maximum from this experience. Then you can just see it as challenge. And especially you are so young. So if you face to the difficult moment, I say just go for it, because I think your teachers, your choreographers or directors will see your commitment and your hard work, and they will definitely appreciate it. And what you learn from that experience, no one can take it away from you. So that is the kind investment for the next challenge or the future. So definitely it will help you many different experience, and it's hard not to be scared, but you have to believe your future, I would say, very optimistically, but I think it's true.
Thank you. Thank you. I also think that that if you do challenge yourself and you try yourself outside your comfort zone, then let's say if you do that, being a classically trained dancer, and then you go modern and contemporary work, that will actually turn back also how good you are and how good you can be in the classical work as well. So it works both ways, I suppose. Thank you very much. Thank you. Federico, yes. Sir. First question to you. When you joined, I remember you from Amsterdam, and you were so young and already dancing the principal parts and everything. And then we saw you leaving, and you went to London and joined the Royal Opera House. Could you tell us a little bit about your feelings when you arrived there? Of course, it's a huge company with big history, and how was it to start working there with the colleagues, maybe also the harsh critics of the UK press? How was it to start working there?
Yeah, can I, before I talk about that, because Tamás, you and I joined Dutch National Ballet at the same time, I believe, and you joined as a principal dancer. And I remember very vividly how kind you were. Just to me, I remember sitting, and we were both dancing Pierrot Lunaire. Do you remember that? Yes. It was a beautiful experience. Yes, and I remember you being very encouraging me and saying, yes, yeah, it's great and you're getting this experience. You will do well. And I remember that. So, and that's the same kindness that you're showing, I believe, in what you're doing now, organizing for the younger generation. So thank you for helping me at the time and thank you for helping them now.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So yes, so after 4 seasons with Dutch National Ballet, where I've learned a lot, I was lucky to move to the Royal Ballet, and where at Dutch National I joined as a corps de ballet. When I joined London, I was a principal dancer, which came with a bit of pressure, let's say. And I remember my first performance with the company was Romeo in Romeo and Juliet, and it was 3 months after I joined the company, and I had 1 performance. So I felt very under pressure at the time. I don't think it was my best show, but after that, you know, as I danced more and different roles, I started to feel more at home with the company. I think it's important to remember why we do this, and the competitors here are going to be on stage doing a solo. They've rehearsed for some time. We do it because we love it, right? And sometimes we forget it because there is the pressure, we want to do well. And so I think it's always useful to go back and remember, I'm doing this because I really love moving with music and telling stories on stage. And that's what I was able to do little by little in London at the Royal Ballet when I joined, with the help and support of many kind people. Sometimes if you need help, ask, because there are lots of kind people in the world, and it's always useful to ask for help when you need it, and to observe. So as I used to watch, and observe my peers and my more experienced dancers, I think this is also one of the benefits of coming to a competition. You will see lots of other people, you will see the things they do well, and perhaps the things that they don't do as well, and you will learn from all of these things. And I would say also, the preparation that you've done, maybe that's the most important thing. All of the rehearsals, all of the energy, all of the focus that you've had leading you up to this competition, that's what probably made you take a step up, and you're now better dancers than when you started preparing for the competition. And so when you go on stage, try to remember that in general we do this because we love it, and I hope you will be able to enjoy it and show the love when you go on stage. Didn't talk much about the Royal Ballet, I don't know, but
it's fine. Thank you very much. Yeah, I also think in Hungarian we have this saying, it's not the medals which are important. It's that you were there, and with the art competition, even more important that you were preparing for it and you worked for it, and then it became you, and you became better by it. So I think exactly the same.
Yeah, very often it's about a journey, right? The journey that we are all on for our personal development, and this is a step. And some of you will, use this as a springboard for something further in their career. Some other people might need to work a bit more on the journey, but it's all part of the work, and that's why it's valuable.
Thank you. And the second question, because you just made not so long ago the big change, yeah? Finishing dancing career and then starting something new. So could you tell us a little bit about that time then, when you finished being dancer, and when we are dancers, we are so busy with ourselves because we have to, right? You're standing alone on the stage, so you are busy with yourself, how you prepare, how you get ready and everything else. And then you made the change, you find yourself all of a sudden on the other side of the studio, and all of a sudden being responsible for your company, being responsible for your dancers. How was that for you? How was this change happened?
Yeah, it was sometimes scary. It was exciting, and I went from being quite an experienced dancer, then I've had a career and done lots of things, to being somebody who's being a director for the very first time. So right at the beginning, right? And there again, it's about being honest with yourself, the things you do know and the things that you do not know. Nobody has all the answers. I was clear I wanted to do this job as artistic director because basically I really like this profession. So I liked it as a dancer, but I liked to watch performances. I was really interested in that space where new choreographies are created, where dancers start young and they develop and they grow into their artistry. And that was something I was passionate about. And so I thought that I could facilitate a good environment for a company, for dancers. And of course, it's not just dancers, it's musicians, choreographers, everybody then contribute to putting a performance on stage. And that is what makes it really interesting. It's also what makes it quite tough, because all of a sudden, as a dancer, it's fine to be a bit egocentric and think about what you need and how you can get to do the best performance on stage. That's part of the job, right? And when you, it's not just as an artistic director, but as a coach, as a teacher, you have to think about other people. And all of a sudden you're thinking about many other people. And that's, of course, not easy. What I always remind myself is that there are so many passionate people in this profession. People then do it because they love it. And so it's about trying to find the best conditions for these people to express their talent to their fullest. And so that many more people can enjoy performances, which is what I enjoy personally and what many people enjoy as audiences as well.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you very much. Thank you. I hope you guys will find directors like him, who is actually feeling that he's working for you to be able to show your best and to be in a position to fulfill your dreams and everything else. I think these days sometimes this is missing, that companies just taking people in and they want already ready product, and they don't have the time or don't have the care to bring people up year by year and giving them small steps to build their careers. But hopefully we will see more people like you thinking about other people when they are managing. So I'm turning to thank you very much. I'm turning to this side now, and we have two long-time directors, so I can ask a lot of things about these. But Christoph, I would ask you first. So how was it for you? We saw how Federico changed his career from being a dancer to become an artistic director. But before you got artistic direction, you started off as choreographer. And I wanted to ask you a little bit, how was that for you? Because all of a sudden, again, you find yourself in the opposite side of the studio, telling people what to do, having the responsibility to create your own work, and maybe working with the colleagues who just a couple of months ago you were still dancing with. How was that for you when you just started off with choreography?
Well, actually, it was my first ballet. It was very positive experience. It was the workshop, choreographing workshop. So when the dancers from the company have a chance to choreograph a new piece for a little budget and with their own colleagues, we were working in our own time. And it was very, very positive experience. I was very surprised because actually it was much easier than I expected, because my colleagues, they gave me a lot of help and inspiration. Later it was a bit more difficult when I started choreographing for the professional company. It was actually, I think, 3 of these dancers danced my ballet. So Tamas, Maya, and Federico, and Aki, did you dance my piece? Yeah, also as well. Only Jura didn't dance, but
we can organize that. We can organize it.
So no, for me, until now, it's quite a scary experience starting a new piece and working with the dancer, because I am always quite well prepared, but it always takes a little bit different road that I expected. So it depends very, very much of the dancers. For me, the dancers are partners. They are not, just the material. But I can't choreograph without dancers. I can't choreograph alone. And I love to work with the dancers who are very much involved, who are prepared. So if I do the story ballets, they know what the story is, and they give, they give everything they have. Yeah, and this is the most beautiful what can happen. Then of course I feel a huge gratitude, and it's almost like falling in love, which sometimes is dangerous, but it's really this inspiration which I get from the dancers. It's something overwhelming. It's something extremely human, extremely valuable, and it's very, very difficult to describe. And when it's opposite, it also creates certain emotions. Yeah, so it's very emotional profession, a dance. I think that being a dancer and being choreographer and the world of dance, it's very, very beautiful. It's I honestly, I can't think about the more beautiful profession. Yeah, really, I'm already have a lot of years of experience. But it's, when I look at the young dancers coming to the company, we have a new company, the junior company in Warsaw. They are running second year only. But when I love to look at them, because it's this innocence and, this hope for the future and this dedication and, the dreams. It's something extremely beautiful. So it's nice to be choreographer.
Yeah, thank you very much. That's why I also asked this, because we might have some people here who already start thinking that maybe one day, maybe they want to do their own work. So that's why I thought to ask Christoph about choreographing first. And the second question is about Hungarian Dance University is a training organization or an institution where we train dancers. You as an artistic director, what is it that you are looking for in dancers who are just finishing their training and when they start to look for a job? What could you tell us? What kind of fields they should be good at, and what you feel that maybe we should be working more?
Well, I'm not going to talk about the technique because the basic technique is important. Yeah, we are ballet companies, but for me the musicality is very important. The kind of sensuality, the quality of movement. It's not only how many pirouettes, but how it's done. How it's based on the music. So this personality and each, and I like to see actually the person who is behind the steps. So not only the technique, the drive, but even mistakes. Imperfection is the part of the personality of the dancer. Sometimes it's nice to see and how the people deal with it. It's for me it's very important. Of course, it's nice when the people are trained the way that that they are quite they are trained many techniques. Yeah, I don't say that they have to be great but they have this versatility.
Versatility.
Yeah, that's why. That's the word. Yeah. So that they can move in many different styles. Yeah, that's very important. And I think that it's not very popular to talk about it. But I think if I'm hiring the dancers, I'm hiring them for the ballet company. It's not folkloristic ensemble or dance theater, but it's a ballet company. So there are certain requirements which are valuable, I think.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you. And I'm turning to Gyula now, and I would like to ask, because you have many decades as a dancer, and then you also did choreographies which are played in many countries, and you were ballet director of big companies for many years. So my question would be, like, you have decades of experience seeing classical ballet, how it developed, how it changed, maybe the different things that the focus maybe was moving in the past couple of decades. Could you tell us how you see the ballet world at the moment? Maybe what are the things that you are missing from the old times, or what would you suggest to bring back, or what are the things that you really like in the modern era?
Well, it's a long time when I was a dancer, and that time we had more time and more patience and more preparation for certain roles. And the competition is very important because you can develop yourself and you have the chance to work on something months, and it's a good basis because generally you don't have the chance in the company yet because not principal dancers, so that is very important. And if you see the performances, that time we had nearly half a year or 3 months to prepare a part and really artistically work on it. And nowadays we are in a hurry everywhere. If you see the internet, if you see the phones, or if you want to have information immediately, you don't get it, that you are already angry. And also the subsidy of the companies are so that they are waiting from the company, demanding that they do a certain amount of performances and all of the time. So you don't have I'm missing that kind of preparation, which is the importance of an artist. And the technique is growing. So it's definitely the technique nowadays. It's everyone does it. What 40 years ago, just the best ones did. But we are not in a circus, because the circus is even more astonishing. And we have to work on our artistism. And then I wish that nowadays we have more emphasizing on the artistic value of the performances. Because if you go as an audience, because you are preparing yourself for your future, and if lots of good dancers with a fantastic technique go and then go away and doesn't stay anything special. But if you have a possibility to work out something, what you can give to the audience, but they can take with after the show, and they became richer or more or something, then that is something what is art. And you are artists. You should be artists. You are preparing yourself to be artists. And that is something what you have to give something to the audience, not just showing off and doing the technique. And not, of course, on a competition, it is not so easy because if you follow a line in a certain performance in a role, then you have the chance with the decoration, the corps de ballet, and the 2, 3, 4 acts to do yourself, to tell about the part, to give something to the audience. Here in the competition, first of all, you have to work on your technique, and that is for me the most valuable in a competition, the preparation time. You know, I know it from my experience when I was not yet a principal dancer, and I prepared myself, for instance, in Tokyo, second Tokyo competition. I won gold medal, but it is very good, and it is something on the top of it. But which I had the most. I mean, I could really later as a basis use. That was the preparation. That's 4 or 6 months what I learned, and with the ballet master, and it cannot be taken away from you. You know, because that is a basis that you can really, on that you can build something, you know. And if you win something, that is extra something. It's very nice. But also, for instance, the competition for me is very important. The young people, young dancers coming out, and you can check yourself because you learn something, and you can check yourself how does it work under pressure. Because a competition, you have to go out and you have to dance well. And sometimes it stunted, and then you have to think about that in the future. Yeah, I have to concentrate on myself and somehow don't think about the audience. Other dancer is stimulated, and then they can do even better than generally. So I guess it's a very important milestone in your education and your evolution if you take part on a competition. And I'm so happy that so many are you, and I wish you really the best what I can wish you, and most of them a good basis and an experience what you can use in your future.
Thank you. Thank you. I would join in. So working under pressure, and here you can do pas de deux that maybe will take years before you can dance it in a big competition in a big company. So competitions are also there that you can try yourself out in situation and in stressful situation that it will be beneficial for your career for sure. And very lastly, one question: when you were having your own companies, of course, and you were choosing dancers on the auditions, what were the things that you were looking for? Was it, you already answered a little bit my question. So was it the technique? Was it the stage presence? Was it the personality, or a little bit of all of this?
Well, that is the first question, whom you are looking for, principal dancer, soloist, or corps de ballet. And if a corps de ballet also, corps de ballet you have to educate. You cannot buy a corps de ballet. A principal dancers you can pay, you can invite, and you can have really great success with him. And if you take people for the corps de ballet, then also what kind of things? First is the structure that it fits to the company, the height and so on. The second thing is that it's very useful, he or she learns fast, because sometimes you need to, not all of you will have the time to improve yourself. They say, oh, tonight if someone injured, you have to jump in. And so that is a very important thing if you have dancers like this. Also, lots of people join the corps de ballet, so I have to know what can someone do and what can I make out of him. I mean, me and the crew, the ballet masters, because I can see in him, if you have enough experience, that he's a good material, and with a couple of years, I can grow him or her. And also it's important that you have basic company that next year also here should not begin from again, rehearse everything, because it's not like a choir when they are singers, new ones, and if doesn't know something, just open his mouth or her mouth, and you don't realize that he doesn't know yet the repertory. If the 32 swans in Swan Lake, one of them goes on the other side, and the whole thing, the whole company can be forgotten, but because it doesn't work. So that is also, if you see someone who is a young one who has a better chance to become a principal, then the corps de ballet is just one step and to go over. Also, people are very valuable who are very pleased with that, and they are happy that they can earn their money with a profession what they love. So that is also important, that you have in the corps de ballet people with whom you can depend on, and they will be in the next future also. Also, you have to see that nowadays it's a classical company, has a very wide range of repertory. So you should have people who are able to dance contemporary, they pick it up fast, they know, aware of their bodies, and also with the classical technique. So that is the desire of a ballet director, that you know everything. But you have to, first of all, you have to be open for a company and you have to show yourself from your best side, and also learn fast and be ready to develop yourself. So all of the time you should be there, you should be ready, and you should be working all of the time on you. And then I guess then you have a good chance in a company.
Thank you very much. If I just may add one thought for that it's also very important that you have to find your company where you can be your best, and it might not be the first company. It might be that let's say, or the director or the repertoire is not the best for you, and then you have to have the courage and you have to have the love for this profession. That you move on and you find the place where you can become the best what you can be, and for that you have to have a lot of courage, I suppose. But I would encourage you to do that for sure. So thank you very much, guys. I would like to ask you now if we have the microphones on the side. I hope, but in any case, who would like to ask questions? Just put your hands up in the air, way up in the air. Who would be first? Don't be scared. There are no wrong questions here. Okay? Anybody at all? Yes, the first. There you go. Do we have? I just give you mine. Okay. Oh, thanks very much.
Hello. Oh, I wanted to ask, like each jury, what do you appreciate the most in a ballet dancer? Maybe specifically a ballerina. Okay. I think we talked about that technique is the base of everything, but we shouldn't forget that technique is just a tool, and then on top of it you have to show many things. And maybe who would like to go ahead, Federico?
I can try. I can tell you, I agree. The technical is the base of everything. But actually, why do we have technique, I would ask? And I think is to express something, right? To express, it could be telling a story, or it could be as simple as expressing an emotion. So when I see even just a solo, right? Solos tend to be quite short, quite technically demanding. But I would like to understand what's behind that. Why? So is that solo about being happy? Is it about being sad? What is it about? When I can have an understanding of what's behind, why the choreographer put those steps. I'm looking at the choreographer there, but he's looking at that. So when I understand why the step was put there, rather than just an exercise, I look for that. That's something then as a member of the audience I enjoy, and so that's what I look for. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Who else? Who is next? You really have to make... Yes, there. Okay. Go ahead.
I would like to ask a question to Miss Maya Makatelli. I've heard you're an active dancer right now at this moment. So I thought you have a very different perspective on the dancers here, since you're very, almost the same as us. So I would like to ask, what is the most important thing you see in us as, well, maybe future dancers?
Well, first of all, let's not forget that I was also at one point just like you. And it's a long way for you to go. And you have to remember why you chose to do what you want to do, why you chose to dance in the first place. Because honestly, I think what it really takes is the drive, the love. You have to keep reminding yourself you love what you do, and that's why you're here. And you just keep that goal and you keep working for it. There will be many obstacles in your way, and sometimes lots of bumps on the road, which I also went through personally with companies, just like Tamás said. You have to find your company. And that takes time. You just have to stay really focused on why you chose what to do. Because the minute you stop loving it, that's when you won't grow anymore. I think you have to keep loving it. You have to keep reminding yourself that this profession needs a lot of your dedication, a lot of honesty, and just discipline and respect for what you do. So,
thank you.
Wish you good luck.
Thank you. I saw, yeah.
So, hello. I would like to ask, like every member of the jury, your opinion. How do you think have the main focus points changed in competitions and ballet in general in the past time? What, in your opinion, was more important and valuable before that has changed nowadays?
Okay, I think Gyula already answered some of those.
I guess before the technique, who had a really good technique and astonishing and something, then it was already something very near to get a medal or something. Nowadays, everyone is the technique is a normal thing that you have better technique than decades before, so that is not so important because I'm awaiting lots of people with good technique, but what is important, the personality also. If someone goes out on the stage and you see and you remember, and beside of the technique, because it's a basis, as my colleagues told already you, have told already you, that it is something everyone demands. But if you can bring something on stage, what is something special, then I guess you can win a lot of scores with that from the jury. Just I tell you maybe just my experience that in Vienna I was dancing before I came a long time ago, director, with Rudolf Nureyev, all the parts together, he and me. And Raymond the Premier I did, he worked with me, and then I had the variation of this side. And then I came out from the wing to do the variation, and he said, come from here, there. I said, excuse me, why should I come from there when the variation begins here? Because if you undo your way, when you get from there, here, you don't catch the interest of the audience, then you can walk out straight on the other side and forget it. So it's a bit exaggerated example, but basically I guess if lots of people who had a good technique, you have to choose and who are doing the same or nearly the same variation on the same level, if you can put something to that, something what is interesting, what is a personality, what is something what I will remember, then you can win with that a lot.
Okay, thank you.
I can add, no, it works, yeah. I can add, but it's difficult to explain. But, now the companies, we work in much more democratic environment, so we cannot introduce too much pressure on the dancers, we have to work together more. But it means that there is much more responsibility on the dancers, that the dancers, they have to be very conscious, they have to really have a lot of self-discipline and responsibility. And this is really very, very big change which happened last, 10 years or something. It's a huge difference.
Thank you. Our time is almost up, so maybe one more question if yeah, there you go. And she has the microphone already. Yeah, go ahead.
What are the common mistakes you can see during the audition and competition? What would you advise to control and not to do?
Can I?
Go.
I think first and most of all, it's the appearance, your appearance. I think you need to pay attention to that, and that's where it begins. That's where you're noticed. And that's how you see from the start if you're put together or neat or messy. So I think it even comes down to having clean shoes just to begin with. I think that already can tell a story about you. Just, that's my opinion.
I wanted to add that everybody makes mistakes. So sometimes it's how you react to a mistake, and keep thinking about what you're doing at the moment rather than staying at the back with mistakes. Mistakes will happen. We all make them. It's how we react when we make mistakes. That shows that you can learn, shows that you can move on. So it's a good thing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And just before we finish, I would like to ask on stage one of our sponsors, because she was kind enough to offer a small present for our jury members. Please welcome on stage the CEO of Ziegler Hungary, Agnes Ziegler. Welcome on stage. And we prepared a small little present for the members of the jury, with a little bit of sweet things inside, so that it keeps them going for the competition. While they are getting their little presents, thank you very much. Thank you for her support and also the other sponsors of this event. For you, I wish all the best for the competition. Tomorrow it's going to be the other way around, as I mentioned, but rest assured, the members of the jury are just as nervous for you as you might be standing there just waiting for your entrance. I wish you all the very best for the competition, and I see you tomorrow at 9-ish, something like that. Thank you, dear guests, for being here, and I see you tomorrow. Thank you very much.